Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Wednesday, December 7th at 8:30 p.m. here in Northern California. In today's video, I'm going to be covering one component of a broader argument that I make in this one of these four resources here, this fourth one here, Market Outlook for 2023. The first thing I want to say is I spent the last 3 weeks writing these four documents, and I'm offering them to you for free. You can get them for free simply by going to boutthebenjamin.com/crypto-ed. There's a link in the description to this video here below, and you can get all four of these documents for free. I spent a considerable amount of time writing them. This one is an intro to investing, this first one here. It's basically my specific approach to investing in general, and it provides 5 evaluation criteria for assessing any investment. Then I have my specific approach to crypto, which is the intro to crypto, and then my specific approach to leverage trading. But I focus on the concept of leverage in this document because that concept can be hard for people to understand. I argue in this document that all of us understand leverage. We use it almost every day. It's just when we apply it to crypto, we typically don't call it leverage when we use it. But when we apply it to crypto, it kind of gets convoluted, but it's actually a very simple concept that I lay out here. And then finally, my market outlook for 2023. I simply lay out what I see coming in 2023. And so you can get all of these documents for free. By the way, this is my wife and my daughter. My wife, Sunny, we've been married for 22 and a half years, and our daughter, Alethea, is 13 years old. So that's my beautiful family. Then here I have about a 3.5-minute video that just explains what all these 4 documents are about and what they can do for you. So I would invite you to check those out. But I'm going to jump in here. This is the last document, Market Outlook for 2023. And I'm going to focus on this chart for a second. So when we look at this chart, this is a Bitcoin weekly chart. You see these lines here? This line indicates the top of the RSI. The RSI topped out here on January 4th, 2021. This line represents the top of the price. The price topped out here on November 8th, 2021. So when the RSI topped out on January 4th, it took the price 308 days to catch up. And the price finally broke down 308 days later. What that means is that when you're looking at a weekly chart, the price is the lagging indicator. The RSI moves in real time. The price is a lagging indicator, meaning it took 308 days for the price to catch up with the RSI, and we've got strong bearish divergence in the RSI here. So when you see an ascending narrowing wedge, it means that it's the top of a bull run, and especially when you see it on a weekly chart. It means that a bull run is coming to an end. Bull runs tend to end with an ascending narrowing wedge. When you see strong bearish divergence in the RSI in conjunction with an ascending narrowing wedge, it's almost 100% certain that that asset is getting ready to break down. Now, what are the signs that an asset's getting ready to break out? Well, the opposite. You got an ascending narrowing wedge in the price that indicates a breakdown. A descending narrowing wedge in the price indicates a coming breakout. But when you see bullish divergence in the RSI, just as you see bearish divergence in the RSI, it confirms the breakdown. When you see bullish divergence in the RSI, it confirms the breakout. Okay? So just as we had this bearish combination, ascending narrowing wedge, bearish divergence, now we have this bullish combination, descending narrowing wedge, and bullish divergence. The question is, how long will this take? So here it took 308 days for the price to catch up with the RSI. The RSI topped out, 308 days later the price topped out. What if it takes, because we hit the bottom here in the RSI here, what if it took 308 days for the price to hit bottom? This is what it would look like. We hit the bottom in the RSI on June 13th. And notice we're making a higher low in the RSI and a lower low in the price. That is bullish divergence. If it took us 308 days to bottom, just like it took us 308 days to top, the bottom doesn't come in until mid-April, April 17th. Now, there's no guarantee that it's going to take exactly 308 days. That's not how it works. The concept is the price, especially on the weekly chart, but on any time frame really, the price lags behind the RSI. And what you see in the RSI indicates a reversal in the price. It just takes a while for that reversal to play itself out. And so this is one data point that leads me to conclude that we're not going to see the bottom until sometime between March and May. That's my anticipation. It's going to be somewhere in there. Now, if we go back and take a look at this Bitcoin chart, this is live now. This is right now. We're at $16,821. That does not mean that there will be no bullish movement on the Bitcoin chart until then. I mean, we could come all the way up here and test this line here at 22,000. And we can come all the way down here and test this line again here, right? I mean, it could bounce around in here for that amount of time period. The question is, what will invalidate my hypothesis? Well, there's a couple things that'll invalidate my hypothesis. First thing that will invalidate my hypothesis is a breakout or a breakdown from this trend. If we break down from this trend and we close below it, and we're solidly below it, then this trend as a reversal pattern is negated. It's invalidated. Secondly, if the RSI comes back down and makes a lower low, that invalidates this. Once the price breaks out, it doesn't invalidate it, it simply proves it correct. It means it happened quicker than we expected, but it still happened, right? But as of now, we're still seeing a higher low in the RSI and a lower low in the price, which is bullish divergence. And we're seeing a descending, narrowing wedge. So now the question is, where's the market going to move in the more immediate future? What's getting ready to happen? Well, if we zoom in to the daily chart, we can see we had a little bit of a bullish break from this somewhat of a wedge, a triangle, whatever you want to call it. We broke above it bullish, and then we've been moving sideways. We've got support at the 20-day moving average. If we zoom in even closer, however, on the 4-hour chart, what we see is we've got bearish divergence in the RSI. The top of the momentum for this upward move, it happened on the 30th of November, okay? But the top of the price didn't come till the 4th of December. Once again, the price is a lagging indicator. Now we've broken down bearish from this ascending narrowing wedge, which means that we'll probably have to come down, almost certainly. We'll have to come down and test some of these levels of support, right? And if we break beneath one, we'll go down and test the next. If we break beneath the next, we'll go down and test the next. So now the RSI probably needs to bottom out again and then move sideways for a little while and then try to pick up some momentum to break out again. If we zoom in even closer on the 30-minute chart, here's what we see. We've got a descending narrowing wedge. And what the descending narrowing wedge tells me is that the next bullish move, basically the bears are trying to build momentum for the next bullish move. And so what will have to happen, however, is we'll have to start making higher lows in the RSI. So what will probably happen is we'll come down and test this line while the RSI comes down and maybe makes a higher low here. So you see that? So the price should make a lower low while the RSI makes a higher low. That's bullish divergence. So that indicates that this bearish move is going to come to an end, and at a certain point, we're going to break out of here, and the bulls are going to try to push it up all over again. However, this being on a 30-minute time frame, it doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, the targets are, 17,000 and then 17,400. So, you're talking about hundreds of dollars of a move. You're not talking about any substantial major bull run. This thing is going to move sideways for a while. However, here's what I see. Remember that we have an inverse correlation with the US dollar index. And the US dollar index seems to be bottoming out. Notice we had this bearish move downward. We hit this line of support, broke beneath it, but then broke right back up above it, and we have support above it now. And now the RSI has bottomed out, and it's starting to make higher lows now, while the price still made lower lows. So we have a divergence there in the RSI. So I think probably the US dollar index is getting ready to bounce and move up and ahead. I hope to make another video tomorrow to talk about the stock market. I want to talk more about the correlation, really the inverse correlation between the US dollar index, the stock market, and where I see all of this going in the future. So check out these documents. These documents, I spent a lot of time writing them. I'm giving them to you for free. I believe they'll be very helpful. Also on this page, there's a 3.5-minute video that explains what the documents are all about and what you can get in them. There's brief descriptions here, as well. And once again, they're free. You can get them now. There's a link in the description. Just hit that link in the description. aboutthebenjamin.com/crypto-ed, and they are yours. Also, if you are interested in my Patreon and have some questions about what I offer there, I'm going to be doing little 15-minute orientation sessions, basically question and answer information meetings. When you sign up to get these documents, you'll get an email with a link to sign up for a little 15-minute meeting with me. I do them Friday evenings and Saturday mornings, California time, 1 in the evening, 1 in the morning. So hopefully one of those 2 times will work for you. If you got questions, I will be on that Zoom to answer any questions that you might have. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. Do me a favor and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment to let me know what you think. But above all else, make it your aim to sleep in peace, wake in joy, walk in love. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. And with that being said, this is Cryptogenic, signing out.